Hi, everybody. It is me. So let me see who is on. I got 7 people right now. Hi, Tara. How are you? Hi, Hope. Hi, Liz. How are you, dear? You guys, Liz gave me the best macaroni and cheese. Um, Brian. Hi. How are you? Hi, Donna and Jennifer and Allie. And I haven't been on in a while, have I? Wheelchair girl. Hi. Hi, Kimberly. This is like my big water jug. Oh, thank you, Mary. Thank you, Jennifer. Hey, Carla and Laura. Hi, Chaz. How are you doing? Francesca could definitely use a live on the 10th when I'm induced. You guys, wheelchair girl. I originally met her as Hogatha, but she's gonna have a baby, and it's gonna be induced. What, on the 10th of January? That's awesome. Hey, Sarah, Stephen, Kayla, how are you? Ashley and Bobby and Francesca and Gina. Brenda, hi, Brenda. I Oh, beautiful. Just found out my friend died. Oh, that's sad, Lisa. That's too bad. God, that's awful. It was fun to watch Hogatha cook. Well, I think Hogatha would be more entertaining than me. How was the Rose Bowl? Oh, Stevie Nicks vibes. Lisa, yes. I Martin, one of my followers, he sent me this kind of, it's kind of like a Shaw thing. And then I just selected a bohemian background. I thought it would kind of go together. Hey, wheelchair girl. I know her name. Wheelchair girl. Do you want other people? Thank you, Liz. I'm not ready. Well, it doesn't matter if you're ready, dear. It's gonna come. Wheelchair girl. If you want people to follow you, give them your name for Facebook. She's also on Instagram. Yeah, that's so sad. We've all kind of like known somebody or known somebody who's died of COVID. It's sad. It really is. It's such a sad reality that we live in right now. Okay, so somebody asked about Pasadena. So I went and did Pasadena the other day. I love Hogatha, not so much Kitty. Hog is so much better. Well, Hog is definitely more entertaining. If anybody wants to know, Kitty is really me, the real me, just with makeup on. Oh, Tenacity. How are you, dear? Hi, Jessica. Helen. Hi, Helen. Thank you. Okay, so anyway, yeah, I went to Pasadena. We did the Rose Bowl. Um, well, Kitty's on fire. Thank you, Kelly. We did okay, in case if some of you guys don't know. Hey, Anthony, how are you feeling? Anthony had the Rona for a while. Thank you, Kelly Marie. Hi, Bradish. Sarah. Are you heading out to the inauguration? No, I'm not. I went, in case some of you don't know, I went to Washington, D.C. 2 weeks ago. It was quite an experience. Wheelchair girl, that hair is, you know what, Francesca, I'm wearing 2 wigs. I have to because I'm big. Okay. Melissa, thank you, darling. Love you too. Hush your whore mouth. Feeling good over the Rona. Good for you. Do you have any lingering coughing? I know when I thought I had it in January last year, I had a cough that lasted for 2 months. Like I really did. It was bad. Okay, so you love my lip color. The lip color it's called Dollhouse. Hold on. It's called Dollhouse by Revolution. And then I'm wearing this as a gloss on top. And I don't know. what color that's called. It's called Summer Plum. Okay, so yeah, I went to Pasadena. Pasadena is only like 45 miles from me. So me and my friends went there. Well, after our New Year's Eve super spreader party, we all spent the night, and we drove down to Pasadena, which isn't far. Oh, what happened when you went? I'll tell you, it was really great. Everybody decided, you know what, since they're canceling the Rose Parade, everybody just decided to make their own Rose Parade, right? And go down with their patriotic stuff, their Trump stuff, whatever you decided. You really could do whatever you want. It was promoted by several different groups. Hi, Rachel Lee, dear. Thank you so much. Hi, Melissa. So what we did was we parked at a park near the Rose Bowl, right across the street from it. And everybody decorated their cars with flowers and roses and signs. I'm sorry, my hair is bothering me. Different signs, whatever you wanted. It all, of course, it ended up being like a big, stop the steal rally. That's what it really ended up being. But for different people, it meant different things. There was a guy, an Arab, in his whole getup playing drums, walking down Colorado Boulevard. It's so funny when I see people characterize this event online who weren't there. People were calling it a big white event. I don't think they, first of all, know Southern California very well. Okay. First of all, at this point, white people in Southern California are pretty much a minority as far as, groups. I mean, they always want to say whites and minorities. Well, there are more minorities than whites now. There really are. Okay. So the way they characterize it is completely flawed. Were there white people there? Of course there were. There's white people everywhere. But they tend to, for some reason, forget about the Asians, the Hispanics, and the blacks. I don't know why. There was a big gay presence there too. Many cars had rainbow flags on their cars. But the news and people wanted to characterize it, for whatever reason, white supremacy. I don't know why they give white supremacy so much airtime. They must really like them. I don't know. But they want to forget that there are other people. Yes, Liz, Mark and Mario are white. Okay. So anyway, yes, why can't they show what you were showing us? Right, Lisa, they don't want people to get along. I mean, to me that's been completely obvious. Out of everywhere I've been to several rallies. I've been to DC. I mean, I'm one of these people who are actually on the street, okay? Not many people are, okay? Especially the people who are doing all the talking. They're not on the street. They're not in the thick of it. They're not experiencing what's going on. I hope you had a good Christmas. Happy New Year. Daniel and the Nashville Proud Boys are headed. Oh, that is awesome, Anthony. I came this close to go to Washington. Tell the Proud Boys to be careful. There's a hangout there that they're known for going to. It's called Harriet's, okay? That's where they're, and Daniel will probably end up being there too. It's a place called Harriet's. Antifa and BLM, they know that place. And last time I was there, I was hanging out with them on the street. The next day, BLM and Antifa came and they stabbed two guys. Unprovoked. Because they know that's where they hang out. But anyway, I would be on the streets more if I could. Oh yeah, I'm sure. It's a luxury. As far as I'm concerned, it's a luxury. It's a luxury to be able to do these things. And I can, Kitty, your makeup's flawless. Thank you, Love Light. I appreciate it. It really isn't flawless, but I appreciate that. The camera and the lighting really helps, but I appreciate you. Have Kitty and Hoggy ever met each other? You know what? They might do a show together. Well, a video together. They can't really be on at the same time. So anyway, so we're having a great time. It's so funny the way, like I said, the way they care. Oh, thank you, Lisa. The way they characterize this whole thing, Pasadena, just cracks me up. Okay, so anyway, there were thousands of cars, lots of people. It was crazy. So everybody decorated their cars. Everybody drove the route of the Rose Parade. There were people, locals, actually sitting on the sidewalks with their chairs and stuff, and they were waiting to watch the parade of cars. It was almost as if it was the Rose Parade. People were watching. I appreciate your using your resources to be on the right, and that's really what I want to do. My whole point is to get the truth out there. It really is. Oh, and you want to know the truth? I did see one Confederate flag on somebody's car, and me and Mark loved it because what they did was they put it on the top of their car, like the General Lee from the Dukes of Hazzard. We grew up watching the Dukes of Hazzard. Okay, so that's what that he was making his car look like the General Lee, which normal people really don't give a shit about the rebel flag. Reno, yes, you like my man hands? You like them? And they're even old. You see the age marks on them, Reno? Do you like that? That turn you on? So anyway, we had a great time. It was great. And then it's funny because also another thing in Pasadena, they're saying, oh, all the white people. Do you know that there were Hispanics there? And there were there are Spanish songs that praise Donald Trump. And these Hispanics were blaring this music. Okay. There was one that a lot of people did not like, but we appreciated the support. Was a guy driving on the street with a Trump flag, an American flag, but he also had a Mexican flag. I don't understand that. And a lot of people don't either. But whatever, you're there and you're supporting. But anyway, we had a great time. But there was one dude on the corner. He had a brick and he kept pretending to throw it at everybody. And people were getting scared and they were moving into new other lanes, but it was very crowded and they could have really created an accident. They really could have. He didn't even think about that aspect of it. I've only just joined the chat. Hi, Carl. Do you think Trump should concede? No. Not really. And his supporters don't care if he does either. I mean, if the thing is, if he concedes, it will completely erase the whole ballot thing and the whole fraud. I mean, it's funny because people will acknowledge there's fraud in this election. They just can't agree on the degree of it. They can't agree on the degree of the fraud. Well, if you concede, then you kind of say, I give up. I don't give a shit about the fraud. No, I don't think you should concede. And even if he does move out of the White House on the 20th or before, however they do it, I'd move out without conceding. I mean, like, what's the point? I don't get it. I mean, everybody's like really kind of stuck on this. They want him to quit so bad. So he's not going to do it. So anybody who believes he's going to do that, don't get your hopes up. He's not a quitter. He's not a loser. So, and he knows that there was fraud. He knows it. Okay. He knows there was fraud. Looking great, Kitty. What do you think? You know what, Melissa, about the 6th? Well, actually, Kitty and Hagatha can be on at the same time if you do a Yes, that's true. It's so much work, though. Okay. Do I think Ashland Bomber was an effort to destroy voting audits? I think it could be, but you know what else? You know what came to mind first was the fact that it had so much damage, and maybe Anthony can talk about this. Anthony lives in the Nashville area, and he was affected by the explosion. I honestly think, just in my mind, it did a great job of wiping out the internet and cell service for many people. And I think when I first saw it and I heard about it, I thought, what a great trial run to see if they could knock out communications. But then some people are saying that this is a guy who was kind of crazy and he was against the whole 5G thing. So I don't know. But you're almost as sexy as this woman I know named Hagatha. Thank you, Lindsay. I was taught, when you know you're right, to never back down. Trump is what? Yes. I mean, hi, James. I think that is the hub for NSA, really. You would have to be an idiot not to know. Well, it's funny because it's like what they're saying is, oh, we'll accept a certain degree of fraud. But how can any American really, or anybody who lives in any country, be okay with that? Like, yeah, there was fraud and there was cheating, but let's forget it. Especially when people have spent 4 years trying to say that Russia committed fraud and collusion with Trump on the last election. So how do they all of a sudden forget about that? Okay. I mean, I don't know. I thought she's Hogatha's sister. We all know there was fraud. Even the left knows it. They just don't care. You're right. And Rachel, that's the funny thing. I'll talk to people. And they don't even like Biden. There are a lot of Democrats don't even like Biden. Like they just don't care. They just want Trump out. They don't care if they put someone else in that nobody likes. They couldn't stand the fact that 50% of the country liked Trump and they got what they wanted. But they didn't get what they wanted. So I think what they're doing is, we'll put Biden in there so nobody's happy. Anthony says a lot of our older liberals have gotten away with the progressive liberals of today. Gotten away from the progressive liberals of today. It's true. Hey, Anthony, what's your opinion of what happened in Nashville? Is there anything you people are talking about that we don't know? All right, Dawn. At this point, I'm just going to be positive. Okay, when I went to DC a couple weeks ago, it was great. It was a great experience. I didn't get to do and see as much as I wanted. Okay. One thing I can't. It's a very powerful city. When I was there, you just kind of feel the weight of government, and I thought the citizens were snooty. I did. Maybe it was just in the area I was at. I was in an area called Logan Circle. Very, very liberal people who really want you to believe they're liberal. They definitely want you to know they love blacks. They want you to know they love gays and the million genders that are out there. Yet you didn't feel that. You just know that they wanted you to believe that. But they're very masky there, very masky. They would move off the sidewalk from me and the girl I was with to get away from us because we weren't wearing masks. Like, they'll wear masks everywhere. Even though you could go and you can dine inside. Okay, they just have a different mask culture than Southern California. The Nashville bombing was a suicide bombing because the man who did it was really against 5G. The warning 15 minutes prior was to make sure people were not targeted. Okay, Anthony. So Anthony lives there, so I think that he kind of has, he has some insight. I'm gonna go pick up some pho. Oh my God, Susan, I love pho. I do. I bought the ingredients to make my own. I just haven't made it yet. They are snooty in DC and surrounding suburbs. You know what was funny, Maryland? Where I was on M and 13th Street. That was where my hotel was. You go down to 12th and 11th Street. It was awful. It was awful. I was on 13th. It was nice. 2 streets over, it was terrible. And these people would not leave me alone. They kept following me, asking me for money. It was awful. Oh, thank you, Angie. You're sweet. What does pansexual mean? You know what pansexual means? Pansexual means I like it. Some people say pansexual means I'm a whore. I'll sleep with anything. Non-binary means that non-binary means that you do not adhere to strict masculine or feminine roles. This is my understanding. I understand I'm supposed to be part of this community, but I guarantee you a lot of people don't even know what it means. They just, even in the community, it's because you're really getting sick of it. You're sick of it and you just don't care. You're like, I only care about what I like. I don't care what other people like. Yeah, non-binary, I believe, means you can go between masculine and feminine as far as your appearance. I mean, we all have masculine and feminine traits. I mean, so I don't know why they have to have these new fancy words that get them attention to describe what we all already know. I don't get it. You know what, Marilyn? I'll tell you, there was a lot. I didn't see that many homeless where I was, but one thing I did notice, all the very liberal people just walked right past them. didn't care. But they just give this illusion, this veneer of social justice, and I just think it's all fake. It's all fake. They just want you to think it's almost like a fad or a fashion to be like, conscious of other people there, but it's not really true. Anthony says, yeah, if you think about the time and day of the bombing, less people would have been around. Yeah, so I never heard anything like that. Hi, Longji. Hi. I'm great. I hope you are too. Yeah, right, Sarah. That's what the normal people in the gay community are saying. Well, pansexual just means you're bisexual. And this is where I believe it's wrong. Okay. What they're saying is if you're bisexual, you like a man or you like a woman. Pansexual encompasses all the other genders. It's stupid. Okay. Your Rose Parade is on. Yes, in some places you can totally see our car. Okay. I don't see an Anthony talking. That's because Anthony's talking on YouTube. Right now, I am broadcasting to YouTube, Facebook, and Periscope. So you guys on different platforms are not going to see conversation from other platforms. Oh, Carrie, thank you so much. I just like good, honest, loving people, right? I mean, so Pasadena, so we did our Rose Bowl, we did our parade. Everybody had a good time. I will say we got a lot of support, and the people who were least likely to support us were white. Okay. I don't know what's going on with white people right now, but they are, I think what white people are doing what they think minorities want them to do according to what TV tells them. The majority of people in the parade are Hispanic, first of all, because we have almost a Hispanic majority here. But they overlook the Asian. The Asian community is really, really big in the whole Trump thing. And they never show them. They never do. When I was in DC, there were hordes of Chinese and Vietnamese people passing out things against China. Like they are telling you, do not embrace communist China. They're dangerous. They're here warning us. They're passing out literature. They're telling everybody. And they really are wanting to have a conversation about this. But the media will not give them the time of day. Vietnamese people, do you know the Vietnamese will even rent airplanes and do skywriting and carry flags in the sky to support Trump? Like they totally are into it. Like more than any other group I've seen. Yes, white people are doing exactly what they think they're right, Michelle, because they don't want to be racist. And it's really sick to watch. It is. It's really sick. I don't get it. But anyway, and here, hello, beautiful kitty. Hi, Annette. I wish people loved America more than they hate Trump. Right, but they don't. They really don't. They just want their way. That's all. It's funny because they just, it's like they're so into the white people, and of course I'm a white person, but it's like, it's so weird. It's the last thing they want to do is be labeled as a racist. So they listen to the most extreme white people and just follow them. It's really weird. But we can't show that in the news because it doesn't, right. But they have a whole story to mold. That's what it is. It's a whole story they have to mold. Hi, Annette. So anyway, so after that we went to we found a restaurant. A restaurant in LA County. A lot of people say that we should not tell the city or the name of the restaurants, because once they get on the internet, people pass the word around and then they shut these people down. Well, we found a restaurant. It's a regular from somebody in our group who lives in the area. So we went and had dinner. They were open. They did seat outside, but it was all covered and they had heaters and stuff. Well, not on my side. It was very cold, but but we were with our group, so it was fun. So we were able to drink and we had dinner and stuff like that. That was good. But it's funny because Somehow I missed the Rose Parade announcement. I would have loved to. Julie, were you there, or you were in the area, or do you live in the Pasadena area? Um, it's all about globalism. It is. I believe that now. You know, years ago when people talked about it, I go, "Oh, that's a conspiracy." No, I believe it's so true. I do believe it's true. They can call me whatever they want. I know. You know what I've decided? Using the term racist is to simply get a reaction. Right. Oh, you're in Costa Mesa. Okay. Oh, let me see. We were just in Newport Beach, Julie. And there's a restaurant in Huntington Beach that is serving people inside. We had a Christmas party there. Um, what else did I do there? I went there another time too. Yeah, oh, on election night we had a big party there. But they are seating people inside to eat. Hey Kitty, here in Georgia, going to vote Tuesday, regardless of the fraud, going to vote SOS. Oh, okay. They are totally knocking in the door. In the UK news, we only get told what Trump can't. We only get told that Trump can't prove voter fraud. He can't. Okay, so apparently, him or his attorneys have been going about it the wrong way, and but there's lots of voter fraud evidence. I mean, there's affidavits. There's like you got probably in the UK you just see one thing, but in all these states where there has been fraud, there are cases going on, and there are poll workers. There are poll workers who have worked for over 20 years as poll workers, who are saying there is something wrong. They have videotape of women pulling ballots out from under a table and scanning them and then rescanning them. And then different states changed their rules that which were against the Constitution because of COVID reasons that they never had to clear or whatever the word would be. But no, there's lots of fraud in different states and stuff, and it just every time you go to court, a court will shut it down because something was not worded right or done accurately. I don't know. White people are so afraid to be called racist, right? Michelle, and I'm over that. I'm over that. You can call me a racist all day long. I don't care. I know I'm not. Everybody who knows me knows I'm not. Okay, but the thing is, what I'm going to do is next time people call me a racist, I'm just going to call them a child molester, or I'm going to tell them, "Have you stopped molesting children yet?" You know, because how are they going to answer that? Yes or no? See, it's just a media tactic. And I've learned a lot doing this stuff, okay? You ask questions that don't have a good answer. Okay? If you ask somebody, "Hey, have you stopped molesting children yet?" There is no good answer. Because if you say yes, you admit you're a child molester and you stop doing it. And if you say no, it means you're currently still molesting children. So it's all in the way that you word things. And that's why you'll see a lot of people. Oh, thank you, Lord of Cancer. Oh, I'm with you. I've been called racist because I don't agree with rioting and looting. Right. See, eventually, and this is where it's going to bite them in the ass, because eventually the word loses power. The word will lose power, and no one's going to care about being called a racist anymore. And at that point, racism is just going to kind of like, yeah, okay, sure. You know what I mean? It's like people who really do experience racism won't be heard. Voter fraud is a thing, just a matter of how much fraud is involved, and that's what needs to be exposed. Right. And it's like, and who could be against that? Really, who could be against that? Why would anybody be against that? You know, trying to find the fraud, because everybody admits it's there. They admit it's there. They just don't think it's enough to matter. Well, it sure as hell mattered in 2016, didn't it? I mean, who had an aneurysm? You say they're going about the wrong way. How should they? Chris, I don't know enough about the law to I'm just telling you what I hear in reports, that there is some method that they're doing that isn't working, but now they have fine-tuned that, and now they're going to be filing They're going to be refiling things with the court in the proper manner. But that's, I couldn't tell you. I was just visiting in Hawaii, and it was amazing to see. The thing is, okay. They know there's fraud, and no one's really pushed it like Donald Trump. No one has gone this far with proving it or expecting it to be turned over. So I don't know. That's why it's real important. I mean, we've come so far in actually proving voter fraud, which is funny because we've gotten further than the Democrats did years ago. Yep, that is why Bernie and Liz lost the nomination. First of all, I cannot believe that Nancy Pelosi was just reelected House Speaker. Like, I don't get it. Yeah, the fraud was obvious. Well, plus they also have the graphs and the charts that show that all of a sudden, between 2 hours, Joe Biden's like numbers popped up, and not one of those votes were for Trump. So, plus also when you look at the tickets, you have people who just voted for Biden and then voted for Republicans underneath it. It's as if somebody didn't know who they were voting for. What do you think about Kennedy and Epstein being alive? First of all, it would not surprise me one bit that Epstein is still alive. I mean, what I don't know is why don't they take pictures of the body and release all kinds of information to disprove this kind of stuff so people don't think that he's alive? I don't get it. Nancy has dirt on people. Yeah, I believe that. I mean, at some point, we're never going to know the truth. I mean, the funny thing is, you guys, we only know part of the truth. They don't want us to know everything. I mean, because in the end, they are all working for the same entity. You know what I mean? They're just different wings of it. So I'm sure there's lots of Republicans, that there's dirt on them, whatever. I mean, they're all dirty at some point. I'm sure they're all a little dirty. I gotta put my hair back. It's bugging me. Nancy has them all by the balls. I'm a Democrat and I don't get it. But I guess it keeps the target on Nancy. It's like, okay, now I know, okay, so they say that she's blaming white supremacy on the vandalism at her house, but I'm like, seriously? I don't know. They left an anarchy sign and then they said, like, we want everything for free. Something like that. I don't know. Why does California put people like, because they're stupid, Liz. Majority of Californians are stupid. I can't think of another reason. Just like there is a huge effort to recall Gavin Newsom. Nobody likes him. I haven't met one person who likes Gavin Newsom. Not one. Not one. Right. He doesn't play the political. He's not a politician. He's a businessman. So I think she did her own property. Somebody I talked to said that, like, a picture of her the next day, she had like black spray paint. First of all, I'm like, okay, if she did it, she had it done. She's not going to go out there. She's not going to go out there and do it herself. There's a big A in her garage. Yeah, for anarchy. And it wasn't for adultery. It wasn't the Scarlet Letter. Oklahomans are stupid, but at least we vote Republican. McCartney won every round today until, of course, the last round, which was delayed way longer than the other rounds. So I have friends that are going to DC, okay, for the 6th. I considered going, but I already went and I'll be honest, the traveling is not something that I enjoy because I'm big. Okay, I'm a bigger person. I know I don't look like it on camera, or I might, but it's it's such a hassle. It's such a hassle, and I don't like it. So I did it, and I stayed for what, 2 or 3 days last time I went, and yeah, I did have a great time. Um, and I guess also about this time, there's something about it that I'm like, I'm afraid to go. I don't know why. So if anybody's going, be careful, because I heard there's going to be a lot like counter protesters and stuff like that. I personally did not. I did not see last time I was there any counter protesting people or violence, but it did happen. It did happen, just not where I was. I hate my dopey governor. He made it so you can't have booze and pot after 10. That's stupid. I live in SoCal, and everyone I know hates our right, April. April, I live in the Inland Empire. I'm 3 hours away. Wish I could be there. Really? You're only 3 hours from DC? I would never go because I don't trust. Right. I don't know. Like, first of all, I don't. Okay, so when I was there, it was fun. It was fun. It was just a lot of walking, so much walking. And apparently this time the mayor, okay, when I was there, the mayor did close down a lot of stuff. So we weren't allowed to have Christmas parties. And we, oh, April, you're in Santa Clarita. You live like, I have friends in that area. I'm about 2 hours from DC. Oh wow. Um, April, like, yeah, I have friends that live up in Palmdale. I know that's like north of you guys. And me and Mark are looking at properties up in Juniper Hills, which is a little south and west of Palmdale. It's like in the mountainy area, but not like really high up there. Um, it's out of the way, it's 5 miles up the nearest highway, but you're still within like 15 miles of everything. So we love that. Larry King has been hospitalized. Do you know what, Mary? I thought he was already dead. I mean, not, I'd have to be shitty, but I really thought he was dead. Um, I'm in Jersey, and everyone here, Trump supporters, and we are a Democrat state. I'm not going because of parking. Yeah, Liz. Yeah, knowing your stuff, it would not be a good trip for you. The streets are so packed on these events. I mean, it's going to be bigger than when I was there, and it was big when I was there, but it's supposed to be a lot bigger this time. When I was there, the mayor had shut hotels down in the area, well, for the dinner parties, which was we had, I was so mad. We purchased a ticket for it's a $250 ticket for dinner there at a historic hotel by the White House. She canceled. She said no. After everybody paid and everybody was on their way and bought all their clothing and stuff like that, she decided, no, we're not doing any dinner parties in hotels, because she knew that all the Trump people were going to be there. Okay. And she's doing it again for this week, for the next event coming up. Apparently, from what I understand, she's actually, I'm 90. Melissa, you're 90 minutes from Logan, West Virginia. I believe I still have family there. I've been there before. It was very different than Southern California, I'll put it that way. Anyway, is Logan, West Virginia only 90 miles from DC, or 90 minutes from DC? I'm not really, I don't know the geography that well over there. But what was I going to say? Okay, I love being away from big towns, love the mountains. Yeah, I'm over it. Oh, your neighbors are from there. Okay. What was DC has a lot of those little scooters and bikes you can ride that are on the sidewalks. I actually got on one to ride it, and it wouldn't move because I'm too heavy. Oh, Logan's further away. Okay. Your sister-in-law is from Martinsburg. My family, a lot of my family came from Logan and Huntington. They're all coal mining people. But I got on the, yep, you're in Fredericksburg, Virginia, 45 minutes from no traffic. You know, Liz, I've been through there. When I was a driver, I went through there. Well, okay, so like I said, okay, DC, they had the scooters, they had the bikes, they had things like that that you could rent. I got one. One of my friends got one. She's smaller than me, and she was riding. I go, let me try it. When I got on it to ride it, it wouldn't move. I'm like, there's definitely a weight limit on these things. Kitty should hire a top of the range RV and arrive in demure style. That would be fun, wouldn't it? I would probably prefer to do that than to fly. Thank you, Tammy. Appreciate it. Where I live in West Virginia, I can make it to DC in 3.5 hours. I grew up there. Hi, Kitty. What do you think the real reason all the dumb celebrities have influenced so many people to hate Trump? You know what I originally thought? I honestly thought they were just jealous. Because he's a successful business dude. And yes, he's had several bankruptcies, but so have several large businesses. So it's like they keep looking at the bankruptcies as, oh, he's stupid, he can't run a business. Anybody in business for that many years and who's had that many businesses are very familiar with bankruptcy. I mean, they're stupid. And then he, had one of the most successful show on NBC, and they all loved him at one point. They all loved him. And then he becomes president. They hate him. I think it was jealousy. I really do. I think it's that petty. Oh, yeah, Liz. Coal mining is honest work. It's dangerous, too. Yeah, I traced my DNA back to like Wales and Scotland and stuff, and they were coal miners there, too. Notice all of Hollywood has been quiet for weeks about election. It is true. Oh, you know what? But I'll tell you what. I'll smart enough to use it. I'll tell you what. Because I still pay attention to like the gay world. A lot of people like successful drag queens and stuff in the business that I'm familiar with. They've been. Oh my God, where was I going with it? They still talk about him as if he has so much importance in their life. Like, it's really weird. And you know what? And I've seen like kind of like celebrities like Bette Midler and George Takei. I don't know how, and Alyssa Milano. Oh, I know what I was saying. Mar-a-Lago. Okay, they are obsessed with the man. So I don't know what they're gonna do when the day comes whenever he's out of office, because it's like all of a sudden your punching bag is gone. So now what are you going to talk about? Are you going to talk about how great Biden is? I doubt it. But yes, exactly. Bankruptcy is a very normal thing, right? It's dumb. I've had a bankruptcy. My mother's had a bankruptcy. I think everybody I've known has gone bankrupt. But anyway, my point is, okay, you remember so Mar-a-Lago. A lot of people in the industry world, like entertainment, that I still pay attention to, they're really mad because of the people who performed at Mar-a-Lago on New Year's Eve. That would be the Beach Boys. The Beach Boys performed there, apparently, or some of them. I don't know if you guys know the band. Remember the band Berlin from the 80s? The singer Terry Nunn, she performed at Mar-a-Lago. So there are people who really liked her who hate her now. Like, they're actually saying that, oh, by the way, we hate Terry Nunn now because she performed at Mar-a-Lago for the New Year's Eve party. Also, they're also going after, do you remember the singer Taylor Dane? Tell it to my heart. Tell me. Okay. She also performed there. And there are pictures of her there at Mar-a-Lago. So these people are now attempting to cancel these celebrities right now. Yes, Melissa, there are Beach Boys still alive. But they're like bands like say like Journey and stuff who have replaced like their singer. Like all of a sudden the band starts getting younger because they're replacing people. Then there'll be like one really old guy in it. The way I see a Biden presidency is like the press conference scene from The Naked Gun, and he forgets to turn his mic. Oh my! In the bathroom, and he's being broadcasted. Oh my God, James! I didn't know that Taylor Dane was attacked. Like I would never vote for somebody because I just hate the other person. I just wouldn't. I mean, I'd want to stand behind my vote as a person that I support. And LOL, Melissa, they are. Yeah, Moose, I want to know. Well, Taylor Dane, well, she got attacked because she performed at Mar-a-Lago for Donald Trump's New Year's Eve party. But I don't know. I didn't know she got attacked until right now. Lord of Cancer. Has anyone told you you look like the Penguin from Batman? Yes, Patrick, they do. I hear that at least twice a day. It's not a popularity contest. Okay. How are you, Summer Waters? How are you asking me how the water is in the Pacific Ocean in the summertime? Hi, Ange. How are you? I love your lips and your long hair. Happy New Year. Oh, thank you, Yorkshire 69. Thank you. It's a lot of hair, I'll tell you. Lord of Cancer. I love Berlin, not only the band, but the city. My favorite song from them is that raunchy sex song. Oh, I know sex. I'm a bitch, I'm a hooker, I'm a slut. I'm a blue movie, I'm a bitch. I'm your slave. I'm a little girl. Biden has blood of servicemen on his hands. He was watching when Benghazi happened. Yeah, the Pacific Ocean is always. From what I understand, it's always warm. I mean, isn't it warmer than the Atlantic that I know of? I don't think it's as warm as the Gulf of Mexico. I'm a one night stand. Computer. Play Sex. I'm a by Berlin.
I couldn't find Sex on that by Berlin, but here is other music by Berlin.
I don't want to hear that song. Computer. Play I'm a by Berlin.
Here's Sex, I'm a by Berlin on Amazon Music.
Now they hear. Now
By
she
the
understands.
way, you can also request music by mood or activity, like happy songs or music for cooking. Just ask.
You had a full change or part? Yorkshire. I'm a dude. I'm a guy in makeup. A drag performer. I have all my man equipment, and I don't plan on getting rid of it anytime soon. Liz, you don't like this song? Oh, thank you, Yorkshire. I'm actually a big man. A 6'3", 325-pound man. Yeah, I'm a big dude. Your Echo Dot meows. Oh, thank you, Donna. You're sweet. Thank you. Wow, I'm on 9 feet. Clinton would have not handled this pandemic any better, right? Look at how she handled Benghazi. Imagine her handling the pandemic and say the same way she handled Benghazi, right? Can you say the word moist? Moist. Kitty, who scares you more, Biden or Kamala? I think Kamala is more how can I put it? I think Kamala knows more what's going on than Biden. So probably her. Bye, Yorkshire. We'll see ya. Hi, Happy New Year. I just got over COVID. Feeling good. Hey, Tarantula. How did it make you feel? So I know everybody tends to have a little different experience with it. I call Kamala Camel Toe Harris. You know what? On the back of our we have a Ford Escape. On the back of it, one of our friends took paint for the parade and wrote, "Kamala is a hoe." I forgot it was there, and I had to wash it off yesterday before I went to the store. Oh, thank Grace and Faith. You should check out a comedy, Mrs. Brown's Boys. It's an Irish show. You know what, Mary? Somebody told me about that before. They told me I should watch it. I love Hoggies, but I love Kitty too. And that you give Hoggies a night off once in a while. The reality is Hoggies is much easier to do. I mean, even though I'm being myself, here, it's harder to do all this. It's a lot more work. I could literally get my Hoggatha look in 5 minutes. So is it okay? So I know Daniel is going to DC. Is anybody else? I guess I don't want to go because I just think that I just feel like in my gut there's an element of danger there. And also I'm afraid that if we did go, like we couldn't get a hotel. I mean, I don't know how I'm sorry you guys. I don't know how severe the mayor is going to crack down on the city. But when I was there, a lot of streets were closed. Linda Hoggatha cooked last night. I made macaroni and cheese. It was really, really, really good. And it was Liz who gave me the recipe. Although I did not follow it completely. I followed it. I just didn't. I added one less ingredient or less of an ingredient than she did, which in hindsight, I should have added it. I mean, Liz knows best on her recipe. Don't know what's going on. Okay, so apparently even Trump is encouraging his followers to show up in DC on the 6th. It looked yummy. It was very good. I have leftovers. I'm going to eat them for dinner. So a lot of people are showing up in DC. Right, Michelle? There's a huge element of danger. And I don't know. It's just, I don't know. There's something about it I don't trust. Oh, I look like Summer Waters. Is that a performer? Like a drag queen? Oh, thank you, Honey Bunny. How many are estimated to show up in DC? I don't know. But it's going to be a lot. You know, I flew from, last time I flew from Burbank to Dallas to DC. A lot of people on the plane back from DC to Dallas, it's like the whole plane was all Trump people. And then once we got off in Dallas, we all went different directions. But I saw people I knew. I don't know if you guys know Earl Weber. He's running against Gavin. He's running for governor in California. I know him, and I saw him, and he was on my plane. I saw him in Pasadena too. Hi, Movies, Music, Love. There will definitely be agitators from the other side, right? And when I was there, people got stabbed. Like nobody I know, but people in the group I was in. Okay, they got stabbed. There's just a lot of shady stuff there. Not in the, it's not right in the open either. Yeah, I don't want to go. Now my friends they want to go to San Francisco. I might consider doing that. And you know what's weird, from LA, you can get a round trip flight from LA to San Francisco for $49. Like, that's nothing. That's like gas from here to LA. Yeah, I totally am not going to go. I'm not going to go. Have you been following Jimmy Dore campaign for a minute? I haven't. The Trump supporters are fine, but Proud Boys suck. Proud Boys attack police now. I'm not going to say some of them don't. And I think people also need to understand. Okay, I know what you're talking about. I did see Proud Boy fight a cop. From what I understand, the cop was siding with the bad guy, and that's why he then attacked the cop. I just looked it up because she performed for Trump, the cancel culture show. Oh, totally. And they loved Taylor Dayne. They loved her. The gays loved Taylor Dayne. They loved Terry Nunn too. But yes, I agree. They should not not engage the police. I totally agree with you there. Now, when I was in DC and I saw the police were actually supporting the Proud Boys and protecting them too. But one thing I could say is the police perception. Yes, the police in DC are way more aggressive than any police I've ever seen anywhere. I'm not saying it's good and I'm not saying it's bad. It's an observation. They are a huge presence. The police are a huge presence in DC. More than I've seen, like I said, in LA, San Francisco, in where I live. Where I live, you barely even see a cop. So, but in DC, they are everywhere. And so there's something intimidating about it when you're not used to seeing that. Now, from what I understand, like I said, about the Proud Boys, that I don't know these particular Proud Boys. I know a lot of them. Now, in DC, they had several chapters from around the country. I've only dealt with, say, like Los Angeles ones and Central Valley, which would be Central California. Proud Boys. When I was in DC, they all had like different flags. Like they had their own identifiers, like flags and stuff. They had DC Proud Boys, they had New York Proud Boys, they had New Jersey Proud Boys, Charlotte, North Carolina, Las Vegas was there. A huge support from Las Vegas in DC. I was actually shocked how many were there. Like I saw several videos of Proud Boys burning the blue. It was in Oregon. I would really question that. Anytime I've been to a Proud Boy event, they are very thankful to the police, very thankful. And so I'm not saying it's a lie. You saw a video, whatever. I question who was really doing it. That's all. But I'm just telling you that from my experience with the Proud Boys, they actually want to be they want to help the police. They act as a security, really. More than anything, they act like a security to protect people who are protesting, Trump supporters. They've protected a friend of mine who was a transsexual, a trans woman, who goes out in DC and does things. And so I don't know. I whatever. I'm just saying, from the Proud Boys that I know, they have a very high respect for police and military. Movies where they real Proud Boys, it doesn't sound like them. Right. That's completely out of character. That's completely out of character for them. So, I don't know. I mean, it really isn't hard for these Antifa punks to pose as a Proud Boy. I mean, they don't really have a uniform. They just wear black and gold. Or you can get a t-shirt. I mean, I have a Proud Boy t-shirt and I'm not a Proud Boy. Me and Mark, we wear our Proud Boy shirts a lot. I saw Enrique Tarrio on Tim Pool. He seemed like a base dude. Outlaw Morgan even says he's yes, I've met Enrique twice. Okay. Um I met him the first time I saw him was in Beverly Hills. We were at a protest together. It was actually Back the Blue. A lot of these protests that we go to are Back the Blue protests. They're actually to support the police, and the police are thanking us the whole time. And they will come down the line of Proud Boys and say thank you. So I don't know what that incident was in Portland. Portland's a whole different animal. It's a crazy place up there, which is sad because I think Portland's a beautiful place. I've been there a lot. But yeah, Enrique's a really cool dude. In fact, he came up to me and wanted to take a picture with me because he knows who I am. I was shocked that he didn't even know who I am. So he goes, "Oh, can I take a picture with you?" And I'm all, "Really?" I go, "You know me?" He goes, "Oh yeah, I know you." I go, "Because I wanted to take a picture with you." I was dressed as Hagatha. He knows Hagatha. So I have never seen Proud Boys try to do anything but good. Right. They often ask people, even the gay people in the group that they know are targets, they will walk them to their cars to make sure they get home safely. Like me and my group, we're all gay. Half of us are black. There's some Hispanic. They were watching us at one of the events, and then afterwards invited us to a party at their house. So the media completely distorts who they are. Yeah, Leola, about 10 years ago, I used to go up there all the time. Like once a week, I was up in Portland. I love that place to the point where I even wanted to live there. But then again, I didn't know about their politics. I just saw the culture seemed nice. The environment is nice. I liked it. But I would never move there. I would not. In fact, we were going to move to, me and Mark were thinking about moving to Grants Pass in Oregon, but it's, at the southern tip. But since then, we've decided, you know what, we might as well stay in California. If you're going to move to Oregon from California, what's the point? So, we found like this very out of the way area in California that we fell in love with that our friend lives at. So we're thinking about buying property there. You could buy 10 acres for $50,000 within an hour and a half of Los Angeles, the ocean, everything. A lot of people don't know that. They think California is like outrageously expensive, but there are areas that are extremely affordable that people don't really know about. So we figured we might as well just stay in California, but move further out. You're a brave person. I don't have your courage and I wish I did much. Oh, thank you, Vanessa. You're sweet. But it's so funny. When California taxes, I'm surprised you're staying. Well, at this point, I'm just used to it. Well, also another reason was I'm still young enough. I mean, I'm 50. Okay, so that's like what the new 30 for some people, anyway. But anyway, how can I put it? Any real estate you buy in California is an investment. Okay, you could buy anything in California, and 10 years later, you could sell it and make a lot of money, and then move somewhere else. That's what we have planned. We want to get this piece of property that's out of the way, get that, improve it, live there for a while, and then find some place where we want to retire, and then we could sell the California property and then make money and leave. I was born in Oregon City across from Portland, lived there for a few months, but raised in Eastern Oregon and Eastern Oregon. You know what, Leola? A lot of people have no idea that East Oregon is basically a desert. Like, we would call that high desert. I mean, people just assume all of Oregon is very green and foresty, and it's not. And I was very shocked the first time I saw Eastern Oregon. I believe the majority of Oregon isn't forested or green, right? Same thing with Washington. I know where Oregon City is. Isn't that by Milwaukee? There's a Milwaukee in Oregon. People probably don't know that. Yeah, I was in Oregon a lot. I really liked it. But the area in California we're looking at, it's high desert, but it's in the mountains. There's lots of Joshua trees and pine trees and juniper bushes, and it's just a beautiful place. And it gets a little bit of snow, which I like. I don't want a whole lot of snow. I mean, where I live, it doesn't snow, so I'm not a snow person. Drove through Oregon. Have a friend who lives there. I have family who live there too. But I really liked it. When I was a driver, I would my route was from Southern California up to Washington, and sometimes as far as like close to the Canadian border, and then I would just turn around and come back. And that was my work for the week, and I really liked it. I liked that. I didn't like going cross country, although I mean, I liked it to do it at least once, but to do it over and over again, no. I like the West Coast. I mean, I kind of think people are probably used to, I mean, I'm 50. I've lived in the West Coast my whole life. It's really going to be a lot for me to get used to something else. So, plus, my mother's here. We have family here. So, I guess we're just not ready to commit to leaving the state until, things change. But until then, we'll buy some property, live there, improve it, and then sell it, make a profit, then get something great in another state. But the thing is, Oregon really isn't. I lived in Klamath Falls, Oregon. Oh, I know where that is. Mm-hmm. Like once you get around the Shasta area, is it the 97? When you get around Weed, California, Shasta, the 5 and another freeway goes off and it goes into Klamath Falls. Liz, you loved Okinawa. Mark talks about Okinawa all the time. I believe he used to snorkel there and kill lionfish and stuff like that. But I'll tell you one thing I wanted to say here. Regardless of what happens, if Joe Biden moves into the White House, whatever, if he becomes the president, I know he won't be the president for a lot of people, but if he becomes the president, Washington, bred and born and raised, love the state, hate the politicians. Yeah, Washington is a beautiful state. I was in D.C. on 9/11. I'm not risking it for Biden, right? But it's so funny considering there's been like somebody on here stated that they know somebody who died of COVID yesterday. It's funny because even though there's been so much tragedy, and there has been a lot I've hated about this year. I have. But I'll tell you, 2020 has been, or it's now 2021. Last year, it honestly was one of the best years of my life. And I know it's weird to say that considering so many bad things happen. But in the past year and the year before that, before COVID, it took me all day to find my brothers. Oh my God, how awful. Happy New Year and wish you the best. Helped me in real life. I have to go. Take care. Bye, Vanessa dear. Take care. You have a good night. Have a happy New Year. But COVID, it's okay. Trust me, I can read it. I misspell and I'll do things wrong and I'll go by and try to correct it. And it's like, people know what I'm saying. I know what you're saying there. This past year has been, and really the past 4 years, while half of this country and in my supposed community have been crying and throwing a temper tantrum for 4 years, it has actually been the best 4 years of my life. It really has. And it's like, people get more time with family in 2020, right, Liz? I've always had time with my family, but it's the people, the friends that I met. I mean, I'm closer to these people than I am closer to the majority of my family now. And it's as if this bad stuff have brought us together. Yep, Mikey Harlow. I love that guy. He's a nice guy. I haven't talked to him in a while. And he's not going to DC. I did see where he says he's not going. Um, I'm sorry. It took me 9 hours to get home. Lisa, it took you 9 hours. Where were you at? But I know it's hard. It's not, I feel a little guilty for saying it, but it really has been a great 4 years for me, and this last year has been great for me. Granted, nobody I know died of COVID. Um, oh wait, Mikey, are you here? I didn't see you. I can't see him. I don't know why I can't see him anywhere. Anyway, hi Mikey, how are you? But it has been great for me. It has. And you know what? I honestly, okay, I have not had a job since last February. Okay, I got really sick, and now we know it's called COVID. And when I went back, I worked at Amazon. Amazon is a monster. I'm not going to be in DC movies. I'm not going. Um, how can I put it? How can I put this? Well, I quit my job. I quit my job because I work at Amazon. I worked at Amazon, and after I was sick, I was out for 2 weeks. I took a leave of absence. It was awful. I was extremely sick. Okay, sicker than I've ever been. I'll say it was the most sickest I've ever been in my life. Okay, I got over it. Went back to work, and when I walked into Amazon, I just realized I do not belong here. Yeah, Amazon is a horrible company to work for. Now, when you walk in there and you get hired, and trust me, Amazon will hire anybody. They will hire anybody. They will make you feel so important and they will make you feel so good about yourself. But the thing is, you start seeing the problems with it. They don't really, it's run by kids, honestly. Amazon is run by children. Okay. And they treat everybody like a child. And it's very condescending. It's awful. They have what they used to call the boys club is now the liberals club. Okay. They have their own club. They're friends. They promote their friends. They pretend to have, interview, unbiased interview system. It's not true. It's just, that when you're a person of like a certain age, like I said, I'm 50, you realize that this company is not really designed for you. It's designed for young people, and it's designed to promote them. And they have an enormous turnover rate. Enormous. The benefits are great. They are great. They are. But I'm telling you, they work your ass off. I've never worked as hard as I did it, when I worked at Amazon. When you're not working hard, you're doing very mind-numbing, dumb work. Like, and I said this. I worked there for 4 years. Shortly into the job, you realize that they don't really care if you're there. Like, once you understand how it works, they don't give a shit. They really don't, because they have a million other people who would love to work there. And they have people just waiting to work there who don't know what it's about. But I told them after a while, I said, honestly, you could train a monkey. And I'm not kidding you, you could train a monkey to do most of the work at Amazon. Because you're either putting things in a container, or you're pulling them out to send them somewhere, or you are counting things in the container. That pretty much just sums up all of Amazon work right there. Okay, for the majority of their work. It sounds like Walmart. Is that how they do it? What specifically did you do for Walmart? Lisa, I worked in what they call, did you work there? It seems like you did. Or somebody else did. Oh, Michelle. Maybe Michelle did. I got injured and they treated me like crap because, if you cannot, you guys, when you're at Amazon, if you're on any kind of medical You're just a piece of shit. You are. You're a piece of shit until you're better and you could push the buttons fast enough. I worked in what they call ICQA, which is inventory control. Inventory control, ICQA, quality assurance. Okay. Now, that position is different in different buildings, from what I understand. You are basically a counter. You're counting the inventory in the buildings I worked in. Now, I worked in what they called robotic buildings. So we basically had Roombas that picked up shelving units and moved them around the warehouse. Okay. I then took a job where I worked in that robotic field. So I would reset the drives, the robotic drives. I would pick up merchandise that fell out of the shelving. They call them pods. Because things would fall on the ground and robots would run over them. They would malfunction. They would damage merchandise. I would have to take all that merchandise, find a home for it, do whatever. But there's enough work there to maintain, to keep you busy. I would also have to help people at their stations who are calling robots over to them with different things. So you're basically working in a building that's a 1/4 mile square, and you're running around all these stations helping these people. And you're also going out into the robotic field. And I had to wear this electronic vest that sent commands out to the robots. And I had to work from a Kindle. It was just you would have to deactivate the floor. Anyway, it was I walked up to 17 miles a day doing that. When I didn't do that, I would count inventory. I was also in a position where I was called a PG, which is sort of like an assistant supervisor, where, you kind of monitor the floor, you give out lunch breaks, other breaks, whatever. Anyway, what happened was our building merged with another building, and our building closed. And so we moved to a bigger building. 2 buildings went to another building. Well, now you have people from different buildings who all had the same job, and not everybody can get their job back. So I could not get that leadership job back. That was my excuse for quitting. And I got it because they gave me a new position that I did not have prior to this move. And in California, that is an excuse you could use to get unemployment and still quit. I wish I could find a legitimate work from home job. I know it's hard. The Amazon I worked at had bigger things there. Oh, I know. So you had the big items. Yeah, I had the small little items. But anyway, after my leave of absence for 2 weeks, I walked into Amazon and I'm like, you know what? I've been free of this place for 2 weeks. And there's no way in hell that I can deal with these people again. And I am not one to quit. Like, I just physically could not stand being in that building anymore. Because they your supervisors are younger than you. They don't really have any respect for you at all. Me as a bigger man, they would have me work on one side of the building and have 4 girls work on the other side of the building. Now, yes, I'm all for equal pay. All for it. And we were all equally paid. But do you know what's worse than no equal pay? Is someone doing more work for the same pay. And that's how I was treated. Okay, there's a flip side of that coin of women not getting equal pay. So I was on one side of the building busting my ass, working a 1/4 mile of a building. And then on the other side of the building, which is the mirror image of where I was, they had 4 girls. And one of them came over to my side and said, God, there's no work over there because there's 4 of us. And I was like fuming. I'm like, I have been running over here sweating my ass off. And you guys are what? Between 18 and 25. And here I am, 50 years old. And I am busting my ass on this side of the building. And she goes, yeah, it's not right. So she started helping me. A teenage supervisor came over and said, hey, Amber, I told you to be on the other side. And I go, wait a minute. You're taking advantage of me. Oh, well, don't worry. Don't worry. They're working over there too. Trust me. And I go, yeah. I went to HR about this. A whole thing came of it. But so there's this thing about women not getting the pay. But you know what? I understand what it's like to be a man and doing 4 times the work for the same pay. So there's, like I said, there's another side of that coin. And it had just opened, and the amount of injuries they had was crazy. And Amazon's a massive facility, and you have to, yes. And you want to know another thing about Amazon? No matter where you work in that building, you get a 15-minute break. Your 15-minute break begins when you log off your computer, and it starts again once you log back on. So your break room could be a 10-minute walk. You sit down, it could be a 10-minute walk. So you get there, you get a drink or a snack, and you have to run back to your station. That's how they operate their breaks at Amazon. And I guarantee there's going to be big lawsuits, labor lawsuits against Amazon one day. I guarantee it. Oh, Kristen, you were thinking about working in the warehouse. Never mind. Now, roller skates. One thing I can say is Amazon, if you work there, you'll get in shape, whether you want to or not. You have no choice. You will get in better shape than you are now. Okay. If you want to make quick money, just work there for a couple months. Just make quick money. Most of Amazon stuff is probably from China. It is. Yeah, you were overworked. That is insane. Yeah, completely. And I'm really not a baby. I'm not a complainer either. I'm not. But when I found that out, I was like, and trust me, I'm not a guy who assumes that a woman can do the same job as me. And I'm not saying it because they can't. It's just because I'm big and strong. I could lift things that they can't lift. I have endurance that they probably aren't going to have. So I know that I grew up like that. So I know I have advantages that, a small 5'4" woman doesn't have, but I'm not going to be taken advantage of either. Okay. Oh, God, Amazon is so big. They would probably kill me and no one would care. If I was to make an expose video. There are groups on Facebook for Amazon of people who hate them. Yes, like a 10-minute walk, and if you don't clock right, see, Michelle, it's true. They are, yes, Simone, you're right. They are. It is a warehouse where they turn humans into robots. Exactly. There's no other way of putting it. That's exactly what it's like. It's very true. Men can do more than women can. It's just the truth. Well, it's just biological. I mean, I can pick up heavy things. That's why they used me in that role dealing with the robots, because sometimes you have to pick them up. They're 300 pounds. I could pick it up and I could pull stuff out from underneath that, it rolled over. We had girls, like little girls, who were working in my position who couldn't do the work. And this is another thing that would piss me off, is they would say, Billy, can you go to this station? So-and-so is having a problem. The problem would be that she could not lift the thing that needed to be lifted, even though it's in her job description. So again, here I am running to somebody else's aid, doing their job for them when they should be able to perform that job. Okay. Lisa, maybe in your world, but it does exist. Supposedly, it's not a real thing. What isn't a real thing? Good morning, Kitty. Hope you're having, you know what? So far, Frank, I'm having a great night. It's 6 o'clock, so I guess it's 9. Yeah, I'm having a great day. Great New Year so far. Michelle says, I can't stand hearing women say men and women are equal. Well, they're not. I mean, a man can't have a baby. So that right there is inequality. I mean, yeah, reverse discrimination. Of course, it's like, yes, of course. I mean, I'm going to say personally, I have never done a job. And like I said, I'm 50. I have never done a job alongside a woman and we were not getting paid the same. Does it happen? I'm sure it does. I'm not going to say it doesn't happen. But like even my mother, like me and my mother both worked in trucking. Okay. She got paid more than me. She got paid more than me because she had more experience, and she always got paid more than me. And that's how it should be. You get paid by experience, and you should get paid by the amount of work you put out. But not everybody could be a construction worker. Not everybody can be an engineer. There are people who will get paid more for the things they can do. And it's, I don't know. But when like I said, I've always been a fair-minded person. And when I found out that 4 girls were doing the same job I was doing, I was really mad. I was like, you know what? Screw you guys. I have always defended you. I have always been there and defended and helped you and been on your side. And now it's biting me in the ass. Yes, but if you are doing more, you should. Oh, totally. Yeah. Yeah, that's why we need a merit-based society, which is what all the weak people don't want. They don't want a merit-based society. There are some people who just do better work. There are people who try harder, and there are people who achieve more. And those are the people who should be rewarded. I mean, I don't understand how that's bad. And also, Liz, like your macaroni and cheese is probably way more better than mine. You should get paid more for your macaroni and cheese. I mean, it just depends on what field of work you get into. Everybody is good at something, so go do that job. Did you have a ton of overtime? Yes, Michelle, that's another thing. Mandatory overtime, yes. That's another thing with Amazon. You could save up your vacation time. You could save up your free time. They call it what? PTO, paid time off. You could save up your vacation time, but you cannot use it from November to December. And also in July, what Cyber Monday, I think they called it, that whole weekend where it's like another Christmas in July. That's all they did it for. It's Cyber Monday. It's just Christmas in July, or I forgot what they were calling it. But it's another fake event to get you to buy a bunch of merchandise. So there are periods of the year where they black you out from taking time off. And if you're sick, they'll want like a doctor's note, like to prove you were really sick and stuff. Stacy, that's so true. Yes, Michelle's like testing my knowledge. PTO, there was VTO is what they call voluntary time off. So at any time, you could be working at any time, Amazon, they know they could project the amount of work that's going to be happening that day. So you can go to work and you can clock in and you can go in and they could say, hey, Kitty, you want some VTO. That means voluntary time off. You don't get paid for it, but it's basically a free day off of work. Well, you kind of get in the habit of doing that, and then you end up getting a $50 check at the end of the week or after 2 weeks. Yeah, in the military, you get rank based on your own scores. Only you can determine your PE, rifle, pro. Yeah, it's individual. There's no such thing as being sick working at Amazon. I would hate, you know what? I have friends that I still talk to who used to work at Amazon, or they do work at Amazon. And they're saying their whole COVID thing is stupid. It's all fake. It's all fake. Because there's no way you could social distance at Amazon. You can't. See, Michelle, see, I know. Anyway, hey, you know what they also do at Amazon? This is another annoying thing they do. They make every building believe that they are breaking records. So for some reason, you're supposed to take pride that your building is doing better than another building. But come to find out, every single building is saying the same thing. So you think your Amazon is the best in the world, like literally in the whole world. So they're saying, keep it up. You're number one. You did better than so-and-so and so-and-so, and you guys are number one. And our building is a model building, and it's the best building in the network, and blah, 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 blah. Keep up the good work. And there are people who would take absolute pride in that. And it's like, still at the end of the week, I'm still getting my same check. I'm not getting anything extra for this hard work, this extra, whatever you want me to put into it. It's just, you know what? And I'll tell you, Amazon's a temporary job. It really is. Oh, you want to know, Lord of Cancer, you don't want to know how woke as fuck Amazon. Yeah. You want to know how woke they are. Okay. They had a Pride Day. Okay. This annoyed me. Finally, I was there for 4 years. One of the days I decided not to go. It just really pissed me off. So they have all these stupid events and dress up days. Oh, everybody wear your pajamas on Friday, or wear your Disney gear, or wear Star Wars. So they'd come up with a different theme for whatever day to make it fun. It's not fun. You're just wearing clothes and still doing the same job. It's not fun. Okay, anyway. So what you do is, wait, Grace, Leola is so true. Remember when they were raised by parents who made them believe not only are they equal but qualified. Wait. When I was 15, there was 2 streaming services, Hulu, Netflix. Now you have so many. Amazon Prime isn't great. Too many hidden fees. Okay. So what was my point? Oh, okay. Woke as fuck. Okay. So what they did was they had a Pride Day. So you were to come dressed up in Pride wear. Okay. Well, what the hell is Pride wear? Rainbows, pink, drag, unicorns. I mean, so I was sitting here thinking, I go, so what's going to happen is I'm going to walk into Amazon and I'm going to see what people, they're going to dress in what they think it is to be gay. Like, the whole thing did not make sense to me. You have me cracking up hearing you talking about Amazon. What the hell does Star Wars have to do with Pride Day? Well, no. What I'm saying is they have different days. One of the days was Pride Day. Okay. So they encouraged you to dress up and show your pride, or your it was gay pride. Show it, show your support for the gay community. Okay. So I'm sitting here, and of course everybody there is 5 years old, so they're, oh yay, Pride Day, and I'm sitting there hating them, and I'm going, so I have to spend the whole day at work with people dressing up in a certain fashion to support what I do in the bedroom. Like, I didn't understand why. Okay. So I decided to not go to work. I'm like, I don't want to deal with it, because now I feel like, so this company is like honoring my sex life. So I'm supposed to be grateful for it. And I'm going to have to watch everybody prance around like a faggot for the day. And it's like that. I don't think that that's showing anything support for my life. I don't need it. The support I need from the business is a check. That's what I need. I don't need you to try to make me feel good by wearing rainbows and unicorns. Okay. So anyway, then came the 4th of July. Okay. Fast forward. I did not go to work. Okay. Fast forward. 4th of July. Do you know what they did on the 4th of July? They told everybody to wear a Hawaiian shirt. It had absolutely nothing to do with the United States, with patriotism, with independence, with the 4th of July. Nothing. Okay. So I went to Human Resources and I said, I just want you guys to know that I will not be here and I will not participate in this. And it pissed me. I said, it pisses me off that you are going to acknowledge my sex life, but you're not going to acknowledge Independence Day by encouraging people to wear red, white, and blue. I will have you know that many people who served in the armed forces that is allowing for Independence Day are gay, including my husband, a Marine who is in Iraq, a gay person. You're going to honor his penis and his butthole and what he does in a bedroom, in a bedroom. But you're not going to honor the fact that these people, do you know what I'm saying? It just made no sense to me at all. And the woman who did this, she went, oh, like she did not expect anybody to question her. And it's like, how do you, you're in control of these fun events for a building of 3,000 people. And nobody has asked you. No one has said anything about this except me. Ugh, I was so mad. It pissed me off. It's like, why the hell do you care what I do in the bedroom? It's really none of your business. And I certainly don't flaunt it around and make it your business. I'm certainly not going to support or or dress in a certain way because you're a heterosexual and your husband hasn't had sex with you in 3 years. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, it really pissed me off. I'm getting pissed off again. Dwayne says, feel for you. I worked Department of Mental Health, lowest pay, didn't go to college, no degree, worked my way up, but felt used me as gay single male. I would train social workers, their job that supervisors should, plenty of added to me, time took degrees, medical records, doctors, right-hand man, office, you're everything. Tried in staffing, put something else on me, slapped my hand on the table, refused too much on me, bosses, and I said, I could run the office. I said, I'm white. Oh, no, I am wild. Oh my God. It's a lot of shit. There's a lot of shit that people deal with. Kitty, yes. Same on my job. It was so insulting. They are idiots there. They are. Hoorah. Get 'em, Kitty. Education is a bitch. True. It isn't their business. Why do you care what I do in the bedroom or the bathroom? I didn't mean bathroom. No sex in 3 years. But you know what I mean? All the volunteer military put lives on the line, but they get disrespected on their day. Gay D's matter. But it's like I could not understand it just, and I'm a very thinking person. So I think about the outcomes. I think, I really try to measure what I say. And it's like, how did they think that this was all right? Just because there's so many kids that work here and they couldn't wait to wear their pride pajamas and their stupid hats and slippers. It's like, I don't know. And at that point, I had just had enough with Amazon. I just had enough of them. Hey, look, some bathrooms. That's where the closeted homosexuals have sex. They have sex in public restrooms. What did they do for Columbus Day? I believe they made it a Native American holiday. And God forbid you show up with, with feathers or anything. It's funny. Like, yeah, you couldn't have, I couldn't show up with like turquoise and feathers to celebrate Native American Day. But yet these heterosexuals could come in wearing rainbows and unicorns and pink to celebrate my sex life. It's so stupid. Semper Fi, of Kitty's husband, is my brother in arms. That was Liz. Oh, so I don't know. I was mad. So that's my thing on Amazon. So it's like, oh wow, wait, oh wow, hold on. I didn't know you were married to your partner. We're not legally married. We just say we just say husband. We've been together 8 years. I'm glad you said something. Most people would have done nothing. Oh, I know they wouldn't have. In fact, when I went and I talked to my coworkers about it, they go, well, what's the big deal? I go, what do you mean, what's the big deal? And they were all Hispanic. I said, oh, what if they had Mexican Day? What if they had Mexican Day? And everybody shows up with, well, they probably wouldn't care. Let me see. It's just, you know what I feel like? I feel like they were doing something for me and I should be grateful for it. I mean, how can I put it? It was just annoying. It's like I would have to walk in and I would have to watch all these heterosexual people dress and give a message of support for what I do with my penis. I mean, it's so petty. It's so petty. And I'm like, why do I have to come to work for this? Well, they wouldn't care, Michelle. I mean, we have Cinco de Mayo. So, I mean, although it's so funny, Cinco de Mayo has absolutely nothing to do with Mexicans. It has something to do with a war with France. But yet we've turned it into Hey, everybody, let's eat tacos and drink Corona and go out and wear sombreros, We all eat sauerkraut and lederhosen. Irish Day. We all get drunk and watch soccer. I mean, but I guess honoring a nationality or I just don't understand why my sex life has to be honored. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I needed this laugh so badly. You have me rolling right now. I mean, if I want to be accurate, if I wanted to be Mexican, I live in Southern California. If I wanted to celebrate Mexican Day, I would shoot fireworks off at midnight and annoy everybody. That's what they do here. They go to Mexico, buy a bunch of illegal fireworks, and then they blow up the whole city all night long. I said, Happy Columbus Day, and I would get dirty looks, right? And they'd reply, you do realize it wasn't him. It would have been somebody else who back then would have been woke enough for them. Yeah, it's so annoying. I would hand you a shot of Jameson whiskey and say, I suppose. Oh, I love Jameson. Like, why not dress up for heterosexual day, right? Why not do that? But really, it's like, why is that something to be celebrated? We celebrated already on the stupid pride events, in West Hollywood and Long Beach and other cities around the world. We already get the parade with all the boys and the go-go boys and the thongs. Yeah, we get it. You're a hypersexualized culture. We understand that. That's really all you're going to see, at Pride, gay pride and stuff. Oh my God, James Steele, should we have a wedding on Barbara Hogfat's farm? Pirates Day. Liz, we do have Pirates Day. Pirates Day. There is a Pirates Day. Everybody just talks like a pirate. I still want to see an Al Bundy Day where I can just insult hotel guests. That would be funny. For Married Hetero Day, everyone walks around angry and sexually frustrated. Yeah, why don't you know what? We should come up with like Battered Woman's Day, so everybody could have black eyes with glasses. I gotta go to work. Thank you so much. Oh, bye, Michelle. We'll see ya. Have a good day at work, or good night at work. Well, maybe you're out of the country. I don't know. Have a good day. Back in my day, gay pride lasted one day on June 28th. Well, now they shut down cities and they put temporary fencing around them here in California anyway. You know what they do? That was mine and Mark's second date. We were going to go to gay pride. He had never been to one. Okay. So we go to Long Beach. We walk up to the gate and, Mark didn't know what to expect, right? So we walk up and they go, okay, that'll be $40. And he's all, $40? Why? And he goes, and they go, well, that's the price of admission. And he goes, but I'm gay. Like, if you're gay, like, you didn't have to pay, which, I mean, it does make sense, right? Well, I'm gay, so it's like going to a bar and it's ladies' night. The ladies get in for free. So he's like, well, I'm gay. Why do I have to pay? Well, that's the price of admission. And he looks at me, and it must have been very hard. It's our second date, and he didn't want to look cheap. And he goes, maybe we can just get dinner and go for a walk on the beach, because the beach, we're in Long Beach, the water isn't far. And I go, yeah, that's great. I mean, and I really didn't mind. I really don't need to see other gay people, because that's all you do. You go to gay pride, you see all of these businesses who are now, all of a sudden love you. And what they do is, it'll be like, say, Chase Bank. You'll see Chase Bank with a rainbow flag on it. Hey, come to Chase Bank and order. It basically became a place for vendors and businesses to go and pander to gay people, so gay people will buy their products. That's all it is. And then there's different tents with like dance music over here, Western music over here, go-go boys everywhere, drag queens, transsexuals, half naked lesbians. And it's like, and people took their kids there. And I'm like, this is really uncomfortable. And then you go home and you see porn, on various sites of sex acts that were happening at the gate at the Pride, like people having sex in cars and in alleyways, and doing blowjobs at behind a bush, and it's like it's just I hated it. When did you meet your husband? Met him. God, it's been 8 years now. I met him on a phone app. The new modern way. Met him on a phone app. And both of us were just kind of sick of people. Pride is it is not a kids event. I don't know why people think it's appropriate to take children there, and I don't know why the media completely lies. They lie about these events. You don't take a kid there. There's nothing for a child there. There really isn't. There's nothing for a child to see. You might as well be taking them to a strip club, a nightclub, because that's all there is. Gay culture is nightclub culture. That's all it is. It's that simple. But I met mine the old-fashioned way in a bar. Yeah, gay pride is just another advertising opportunity. It's all it is. It's all it is. And Skittles does it on Gay Pride Month. All of a sudden, they have a gay packaging. Absolute Vodka does the same thing. Several companies do it. It's like, oh yeah, so let's pander to the gays to get more sales, because they really don't give a shit about your sex life. They don't care. They care about what's in your pocket, your money. Okay. Are you mad and Marquina? Are you and Marquina? We're not actually married. Honestly, I have no desire to get married. None. I have a friend. Okay, I have a friend. I'm not going to say who he is in case he's watching. I have a friend. He was I'm not going to say a wealthy man, but did very well. Very well. He got together with a guy, and let's change the names. Okay, his name, my friend's name, let's say, is Mike. His husband's name was Juan. Okay. So they meet, whatever. They're in the club business and stuff. Juan was a shot boy. Eventually started doing not other illegal stuff, but illegal things to make money on top of being a shot boy. So my friend, he owned a successful business, and everything was going great. And they were married for 10 years. Okay, well, Juan made this much money. My friend made this much money, okay? Well, Juan started cheating on Mike, okay? Oh, thank you, Cyan. He started cheating on Mike. Mike gave him some chances. It didn't work out. And Mike's a very loyal man. He is a very loyal guy, and he was good. He was very good to him. Very good to him. So Mike decides, I want to get a divorce. He gets in a divorce attorney. After all is said and done, Mike has to pay alimony to Juan. So all you gay people, you are not exempt from alimony. You're not exempt from any of that. Okay. You're treated like a heterosexual couple. And he has to pay Juan $2,000 a month, I believe, for 10 years. So I have no interest in getting married. Sorry for the interruption, ignorance. What's a shot boy? A shot boy is a very handsome, cute guy who carries a tray like a cocktail waitress in a gay bar, who's practically naked. And he sells shots off the tray for $5. Now, you're basically like an entrepreneur. You go in as a private entity into the gay clubs, and you could say, I want to do shots, and they go, okay. So they will sell you the shots for like $3 each, whatever, and it's usually kind of like cheap liquor, the fruity stuff. They'll make these shots. They will sell you a tray of them, and then you go out and you sell them for whatever you want, and you keep the profit. but you have to be cute. You have to be good. You know what I mean? That's a guy like that in the gay world is like a cute, hot woman in the straight world. You know, they could do things like that and make money on their looks. Yeah, like jello shots, stuff like that. So you would wear like the little thongs, you know, and probably wear something in it to make your bulge big. You basically want to look sexually appetizing to other gay men. And then you just sell them everything. Kind of like a woman, like a woman. Like I'm not like every woman, but you know, like a cocktail waitress or a stripper or something like that. You're basically using your body and your looks to make money. Sign me up, James Steele. You want to be a shot boy or a shot hog? Are you gonna is you can get Barbara Hog Fat to sell shots. You hate jello shots. It's, you know, I kind of looked at, I mean, it's kind of came out when I got older or I knew about them. So I did a couple of them and I'm like, it's kind of like candy. I don't know. I just like liquor. I do. Anyway. So yeah, I really have no desire to get married. And the funny thing is when I worked at Amazon, I had, you know, I got benefits and stuff and my benefits were better than what Mark had. And I put Mark on my benefits. Like I just said he's my husband and they bought it. So he got all the spouse benefits that I could give him. Love the makeup. What color lipstick is that? Gray. It's I'm using this color is called, it's a matte color. It's called Dollhouse. This is called Dollhouse. And I love this. It's great coverage. I have 2 coats of this on. And then I put this gloss over it. You know, it's all kind of very kind of mauve-y. Which I know it's like this is called Summer Plum. Which is like an 80s color. But, I mean, you know, what's old is new again, right? I like, for some reason, these colors look best on me. I think it's because I have a small mouth. If I were like red, I look kind of like a clown or I don't know. Wow. So he cheated and thinks he's oh, yes. In California, we don't have a, like they don't care who cheated. They say, well, the marriage is ending and it doesn't matter why. That's all that matters. That's all they care about. The marriage is ending. It doesn't matter who did what to one another. It doesn't matter. Mark, this is one of the gifts Mark got me for Christmas. I love it. Well, because I drink like maybe like 2 or 3 of these a day. I mean, I pee a lot, but it feels really good. When you drink a lot of water, you feel really good. And it's really good for your skin too. I've always drank a lot of water. I always have. If I go to a restaurant and I eat, you know, a lot of people get soda or tea. I'll just drink water because I'll drink a lot of it. And so when I wear red lipstick, I look like I'm going to kill Batman. Yeah, and because of the way I draw, like my mouth is completely drawn on. Like my lips are definitely not this big. It could turn clowny really quick. Right now it's kind of like Dolly Parton. If I go any bigger, I'll turn into the Joker. Oh my God, I can't be on my husband's insurance at all. If I have it available through my employer, really? If I'm not employed, we have to give his employer a copy. That's weird. Maybe it's because Amazon's just so big and liberal that they just didn't care. They don't care about proving the relationship. I don't know. Oh, that's okay, Doggett. Yes, I that's the word I was looking for. No fault divorce. Yes. Jojo Mom says common law alimony. Some states don't have common law spouse laws or alimony laws. You know, I don't know if California. We used to be We used to be a common law state, but I don't think we are anymore. I love Hooker Red on myself. Fabulous. I'll wear, like, here's a red that I wear. Sometimes I'll wear this, but it has to be a whole look. You know what I mean? Like, I can wear it more with my brown hair than my blonde hair. I think it's because I'm kind of like cool toned. I don't know. I kind of got to really stick with neutral colors or cool colors. I don't know. It really, like I said, it depends on what I wear. Now, I can darken my makeup to more of to show up the Latin side of me, because I am a certain percentage Portuguese, Spanish. Not like that Hilaria Baldwin. I mean, I could probably literally do what she did, but I can get away with it because I am like 20%. I think I'm 20% Spanish, but she's crazy. That whole thing is crazy. But yeah, so I'm mostly like a cooler neutral palette. But if I kind of darken my makeup a little bit, bronze it up, then I can wear like, but it depends on the red too. If you have fair skin, a bluer red looks better on you. Where more of a tomato color, which is kind of in between. I can't really define this color, but I don't know. But when I do Hagatha, it doesn't matter. I'll wear any makeup and I don't care, because Hagatha is a mess. But I do wear this. Is actually, Hagatha wears this lipstick to make the really big clown mouth. Okay, well, you guys, I hate to go. It's been 2 hours. I gotta go to the bathroom. You remind me of Christina. Oh, do I? You know what? Every time I wear this wig, people say that. It's kind of Christina Aguilera like. Burgundy red better on you. Yeah, really. I mean, it's so weird. Different. There are so many different shades of red, and it was really hard to find the right one for you. And also, red, if your teeth are not perfectly white, the red will make your teeth look yellow. One day, I'm going to be a Marquina Hagatha sandwich. Thank you, Liz. You like my eyes? Thank you. What I did was, it's purple. I don't even know if it looks purple anymore. Purple, but in the crease, I put black to deepen it a little bit. And then I put purple. I'm not wearing eyeliner. That black you see is just for my fake eyelashes. I'm wearing fake eyelashes. Yeah, so ladies, if you want, I always tell women this. Fake eyelashes are your best friend. Just learn how to master to put them on. You wear them, don't you, Liz? I think I saw pictures of you with fake eyelashes on. It really completely changes you. It does. Like, these eyelashes they will change the shape of your eyes. You just like don't follow the actual curvature, just kind of tip them up a little bit. If you put on, I mean, women are already beautiful. They really are. I mean, I have to chisel my face with makeup to try to get a feminine face. Also, the fat helps too, because women are in beauty or whatever, in drag, we understand that women are circles and men are squares. Okay, so I have to wear makeup to change this shape. Darker here, white here, where this is actually very flat. And then our foreheads are square, so my hair kind of gives that circular look. And but yeah, men are square and have edges. Women are rounder, you know what I mean? So I have to try to get that illusion, but the hair and eyes are pretty. Oh, thank you. This hairstyle tends to be younger than me. But I have a younger face than most 51-year-old men, so I can wear a younger hairstyle. Very nice. I can't do lashes. My eyes aren't wide enough. They're not wide enough. Okay, then you know what you do? You set your eyelashes out wider. Don't put eyelashes right here. You can cut them in half and just wear them on the ends. You can do that. You wear the magnetic ones. Oh, that's cool. They don't make them big enough for me. Like I'm wearing showgirl eyelashes and I'm wearing 3 pairs of eyelashes here. I'm wearing 1 pair here, but even these would be probably long on your average woman. It's just when you're a big man and you're doing drag, you have to really do a lot more than you think. But yeah, eyelashes on a woman, if you could just do eyelashes, like I said, I'm not wearing any eyeliner. All I did was glue them on. And a nice lips color. And I mean, that's half the battle right there. For a biological woman. Get a nice set of eyelashes and get a good lipstick that suits you. You could, but I get it, you have eyebrows to do. I mean, I know a lot of women, they've gotten rid of their eyebrows. The older ones, their eyebrows don't grow anymore. But anyway, okay, you guys had a great time. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. One thing that I'm happy about, I keep coming back with the masks. I barely bother. What are you talking about? Oh, yes, I understand that too. Yeah, like I'd like to know, how do you women deal with masks and your lipstick? I mean, my mask hugs my face, so I couldn't imagine going out with lipstick. I'm really happy. Okay, so I've been doing Kitty longer than Hagatha, as most of you know. And I've never really tried to make $1 off Kitty. But Hagatha, I do. Okay. I got monetized for Hagatha. YouTube, it didn't take that long for me to gain. You have to have so many subscribers to your YouTube channel and so many viewed hours for you to become a partner with YouTube, meaning they will run commercials on your videos and you will be paid according to your views. Okay. Then they also have what they call a super chat feature where people who just, want to support you, they just send you money. Okay. Well, my goal has been for a long time. I want Kitty to get to that point where I could make videos, put them on YouTube, and people who watch my videos are generating money for me just by watching them. And like a Taco Bell commercial comes up, you get paid for that. Okay. Donnie dollars. Well, the funny thing is, I know if Donald Trump was not in office and all of these leftists went crazy and all these million genders and things and crap like that, if all of that didn't happen, I wouldn't have been able to do Hagatha. I know it. So in sort of a way, I can kind of thank Donald Trump for Hagatha's success. But okay, so I've monetized Hagatha. Hagatha makes money on Facebook and YouTube without people even having to send me money, just that my videos are so popular, right? Well, I have finally reached the point on YouTube I can do that with Kitty. I'm just waiting for my final approval, but I have hit all of the goals. So I'm really happy about that. So I'll be able to monetize 2 channels on YouTube. I'm not that far on Facebook yet. I have almost 30,000 followers for Hagatha on Facebook, which is a huge amount for me anyway. I don't know what I have on Kitty, but I know it's not enough. So those are my goals. My goals are to monetize YouTube and Facebook for Kitty, but I've reached that with YouTube. So I'm really happy about that. I just need to get there with Facebook. Thank you, Jojo. I'll need to find you on YouTube. It's Kitty Demure. But no, I just wanted to share that. That was cool. I was really happy to see that. So that's what I'm saying. These past 4 years have been great for me. They really have. When I quit, I'll tell you the best thing I did. And it's so scary. It really is. When I quit Amazon, I have never quit. I've never quit a job without having a backup plan. Well, I really did. Okay. I did have a slight back. I had a 401k. And, my mother told me, you don't want to cash out your 401k. You're 50 years old. It's all the money you have. That's supposed to be your retirement. And I'm like, oh, but Mom, I just can't do it anymore. I can't. So I quit and I cashed out my 401k. It wasn't a lot of money. It wasn't. It wasn't even, I don't even think it was in the two figures. I don't even think it was even 10,000 or more. But I knew I could always fall back on truck driving. Okay. But I just quit. Right. So then all of a sudden, now COVID really hit. Like everybody's getting sick. They were calling it, if you remember, before they called it COVID, they were calling it an upper respiratory infection. Okay. So everybody I knew was getting this at work. And then I got sick. And I already told you guys, I went back to work. I could not handle it. I just couldn't. So I quit, battled with unemployment for a minute, went through a hearing, and Amazon, the people that they have representing Amazon are so stupid. They're as stupid as the workers. They really are. Like, they don't even know the company. They don't know how it works. And the judge saw right through him, granted me the unemployment. Well, with that unemployment came those extra benefits of the $600 a week, which I honestly felt sorry for. I felt guilty about. And I know, and me, it's funny. I was talking with a friend over New Year's Eve. Same thing happened to him. He started getting more money. Well, it got to the point where we're making more money not working. And I'm not saying it's right. I don't think it's right. So there was a little piece of me that felt guilty, but I also have the understanding that I've worked my whole life. I've worked my whole life. Okay. So I got over the guilt quickly. But anyway, especially then when you found out prisoners and homeless people were getting that money. It's like, well, at least I'm a decent working person. So anyway, what I did was I started saving all that money that I did not need, that I didn't have to live off of. Okay. And I wasn't one of these people that went and bought a bunch of stuff. I didn't buy stuff. I did not go out and spend all this extra money. That's when I got sick too. We all did, right, Robert? It was weird. Now they're finding out a lot of California was COVID infected back in November. Okay. Oh, it's just an upper respiratory problem. Okay. But anyway, compensation from Amazon for overworking you. Hi, Scarab City. How are you? So anyway, what I started doing was I started investing that money. So I was kind of rebuilding a new retirement with the extra money that I was getting from not working. And I find if you guys have not used Robinhood, you should. I've made $3,000 off of my money, and I'm controlling it. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to really kind of become like a day trader, where you get up early, you're there for when the stocks open, the stock market opens, you watch the market, you read other publications. I'll research companies. I'll research the CEOs of these companies. I mean, it's a lot, but you know what? You're in control of your own money, and I'm growing my own money. So I'm actually financially right now in a better place. Plus Hagatha, starting kind of like your own business and stuff. And there's ways of people pay you through Cash App and Venmo. Okay. This is how you collect tips. Okay. But anyway, Robert, you do the same thing. It's awesome. I mean, I'm not blowing this opportunity. I'm not going to blow it. It's a once in a lifetime thing, honestly. There are people who are taking this money and they are buying 80-inch TVs. They're buying new cars. They're really blowing the money. Great. It might feel good to have a new car, but really in 5 years, what are you going to do? And, it's like once the car is old, it's over with. But I'm really trying to grow my money, and I'm trying to. Hagatha is next level. I love her. I'm trying to raise, take care of myself in my old age. So that's what I'm doing. And, I've bought stock in all of the vaccines, right? And I have Tesla stock. And, it does. I'm telling you, you don't have to be a rocket science to do it. You can be poor, and you can play the stock market, and you can make your own money. You really can. And I know a lot of young people are like, oh, whatever. I have many years to do it. I get that. I get that way of thinking, because I was the same way. I was exactly the same way. I'm young. Nothing's going to happen to me. And I'm not going to tell you you're stupid. But, keep what I'm saying in a little piece of, in the back of your brain somewhere. I get it. I was young once. I knew everything too at one time. Okay. My 600 will be in my savings for emergency, right? If you don't have to use it to live, save it, invest it, do something with it, but don't go buy a new TV. You don't need it. You really don't. I know people who have a TV in every single room of their house, like a 60-inch TV, and they don't need it. You just don't need it. I mean, but granted, they're not that expensive anymore either. But you know what I mean. You know, I have this bad habit of saving for groceries. Leola, you'll be 50 next year. Wow. Isn't it great? And you know, it's so funny because Mark brought up a point to me that I never considered. I'm like, oh my God, I'm 50. He said, well, you should be grateful. There's many people who don't make it to 50. And it's absolutely true. And especially being as healthy as I am at 50, I should just be grateful. And I am grateful. I no longer look at it as, oh my God, I'm old. Because I'll tell you, I've compared myself to many 20-year-olds. And have you seen the condition of many 20-year-olds out there right now? They're like in worse condition than 60-year-olds are up today. I know some that used it all on coloring stuff. I'm a colorist myself. Oh, wow. Or you're a colorista. Now, when you said, when I thought it was colorist, I thought of cosmetology and they're using it to buy products for their business. But no, when you say colorista, just somebody who loves to color their own hair. You don't feel old. That's good, Leo. I'll tell you when I felt old is when I was very overweight. When I lost weight, I felt really good. And I mean, I could lose technically I could lose another 100 pounds, but I'd be happy with 50. Doggett, you just turned 65. Congratulations. Oh, good. Jojo Mama. I'm investing too. Just a little bit at a time. It's all it takes. Seriously, it just takes a little bit each month. And even if you put $10 more a month, what's your opinion of Bitcoin? Is it safe? You know what? Thanks for bringing that up. Bitcoin is very expensive right now, but there are Bitcoin is one of many cryptocurrencies. I have bought, I'll show you. I bought one of the cryptocurrencies. Hold on. Let me get to it real quick. Okay. So I have a cryptocurrency. Oh, it's doing great. Oh, okay. So this is the one that I bought. Damn it. Focus. Okay. This is a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin. Okay. The idea is to buy them really low. And of course, it's hard to, but you look at the trends over the last 5 years to see its lowest. And if you see that it's getting low, I'll buy some. Now I own 32.5 shares of this currency, and I've been waiting for it to go up. So I'm $17 ahead right now. So I don't know if I should sell it or what, but because they're so volatile, cryptocurrencies are so volatile. They will go up really fast and come down really quick. But at one time Bitcoin was like a couple $100. It is now worth $29,000. So I'm always looking for that new I in my mind, I'm just going to hit it big on the stock market and be able to buy a new car, new house, and be set for life. That's why I bought Moderna. I bought Pfizer. I bought AstraZeneca. I bought a lot of AstraZeneca, and I'm waiting for that to go. But I also bought a lot of Johnson & Johnson. Johnson & Johnson is going to be like the, I've done research on it. They're going to kind of be the go-to one in the future. So I bought Johnson & Johnson so it will pay off next year. Because apparently next year, or this year, 2021, AstraZeneca and Johnson & Johnson are going to come forward with their vaccines, and they're really kind of selling a lot of them. Robert, I do too. I bought into some of those. I bought LIT, L-I-T. LIT is for lithium. Okay, and if we have an Obama presidency, and they do go the Green New Deal route, all the cars, the electric cars, they run on lithium. All of our electronics run on lithium batteries. So that's a great one to get into. And I've done nothing but win on that stock LIT. Kitty getting them dividends. You know who pays good dividends is Johnson & Johnson. They pay good dividends. Like they're slow to grow, but they pay really well in their dividends. But no, it's something I really enjoy doing it. I really like. Okay, I'll show you my wait a minute. Okay, in the past, since April, I've made almost $3,000. And I think that's great. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, lithium. Lithium is what all of our electronics, our batteries are made out of. So Bitcoin, oh my God, it's 33,000 today. It jumps up. See, last time I looked at it, was 29. You can invest, you can reinvest your dividends. I know, I need to do that. They just send them and put it in my bank. Like coloring books, some cost 30 a book. Colored pencils can be as expensive as 400 for certain brands. I'm like, hell no. How funny. But let me see. I'll tell you who and sometimes you can buy like a real stinker. Like I got into one called iBio that everybody was saying was going to be big for vaccines, but it was like only 60 cents a stock or something. So sometimes I'll put some in penny stocks that are expected to boom. And you know, I know this kind of goes against, you know, I guess being an American, but I mean, as an American, we're capitalists, right? So we make money. But one of my biggest payoff ones, and I picked it strictly on the name, is called Billy. This one. This is now it didn't do well today or the other day. That one is a Chinese company that has a specific product to a platform for electronic gaming, entertainment, and social media. Its rival is TikTok. So that has been a great one for me. Like I've made $500 on that stock. I had Athens stock, went over, 300. Got it. That's awesome, Liz. That's great. I love that. I love getting stocks really cheap and then watching them grow. I bought Amazon. I haven't bought Amazon. Although when I worked at Amazon, they used to give you stock in Amazon. They don't anymore, from what I understand. I'm going to go adjust my portfolio. You know, it's another one. You know, Berkshire Hathaway. That is the most expensive stock in the world. Okay. And Warren Buffett. I think I'm pretty sure it's a Warren Buffett stock. Let me find it. Berkshire Hathaway. Okay. They do a lot of, hold on. Okay. Their stock is worth, can you imagine? $347,815. Okay. I bought, that's Berkshire Hathaway A. They have a cheaper stock. Berkshire Hathaway B. That is $232. Now I've only made $22 off that stock, but I only own one stock. Yeah, the B is cheaper. Wow. See, Robert, we're on the same page, aren't we? I had Anthem stock. Oh, okay. One last thing. If you want to trade pre-market and aftermarkets, you should graduate to Webull. Oh, okay. I'll definitely look at that. Yeah, I'm always looking for something better than Robinhood. I mean, Robinhood has its pros and cons and stuff. I'm figuring that out along the way. Okay, you guys, I really have to go. I'm sorry. I have to go to the bathroom. But thank you so much. I love talking. I love your support, everything. You guys have a great new year and have a good night. Bye.